Team Fortress 2, a game legendary for its longevity, that in its essence is based on teamwork, cooperation for victory. But there's a fault in it, a demotivator of many players: the autobalance system. Probably the most hated mechanic in this game, one that is nowadays abused and stripped off of its true purpose. It causes many players to leave the game disheartened, a game session ruined. In this video, we will present arguments for removing this feature from casual play, or at least a remake for this mechanic. I hope you're intrigued now. Let's get right into it. Alright, just a second. It's not a sponsor, don't worry. In this very video, we have initiated a vote to kick Gaben. No, wait. We initiated a vote to kick the autobalance system. On the top right corner, you will see the options. You could keep the system as it is, remove it, or remake it. Vote and make a difference. Let's first talk about the history of the autobalance system. So what really is the autobalance system? Is it just a tool to force winning players into the losing team? There are two versions of the autobalance system. The first is the classic one. A player leaves the game, and the teams are now uneven in number, giving the team with more players an advantage. So the game moves the next player that dies from the team with more players into the opposing team, thus creating balance in play. If that player wishes to remain in their team, they could go spectator and wait for a slot to become available. This is usually good for games. You get to choose to escape to spectator if you'd like, and no team is larger than the other. A team could have only one more player than the other, which is much less worse than anything beyond. The second is a rather new iteration that was added a while back after the casual mode was added. From then on, the game chose a team for you. At least you can still choose your class. After many complaints, Valve tried to making the move optional. In this version, at least initially, you were asked if you'd like to join the opposing team if there's imbalance, and you may ignore it and thus remain just where you are. Many players use that option and just carry on as they are. No one wants to enter the losing team, help those disadvantaged in-game. That's why another change came. The autobalance system now once again forces you to switch teams, but it could happen even if you're alive. This opened a portal to hell, as players found a way to abuse it for their own good. Why it's bad? There are several reasons for that. The first, it's impossible to change teams after you get auto-balanced. Unlike community servers, casual servers leave you with no choice, no spectator mode to escape to, only the option to fight and hope for the best, which usually leads to even more players leaving, hoping to save time and find a different casual session. The second, it's just unfair. Unlike what Valve says, the system does not choose a random player to be shoved into the other team. It picks the strongest one. So if you're top scoring, prepare to have a change in fashion. The third, being auto-balanced while alive is just exaggerated. A fully charged medic or an engineer that finally finished building their nest properly lose everything because the other team lacks a player. No choice, just action. Losing everything. All that hard work for nothing. The fourth, it demotivates players, ruining sessions with your friends and taking all the hard work that winning players did and throw it right back at them, turning the tables and stomping their patience and will. The fifth, players abuse this system to auto-balance the strongest player from the opposing team by kicking several players from their team and forcing the system to kick in, quite literally. The sixth and final, the auto-balance system can actually separate you from your friends, breaking your group, turning you against each other. Valve, are you after people with friends? What's wrong with having friends? If tf2 is a teamwork-based game, a game which is supposed to invoke cooperation and friendship, why does it punish those who contribute most to their team and auto-balance them? No logic, no consideration to the very basic values of the game when features are added. A shame. Anyway, here's a way for you to avoid the auto-balance system, to escape the hard fate that it lays upon you whenever it dares trigger. When you get the message that you're fucked on screen, quickly open console and type in retry. This will reconnect you to the server back to your team and undo the curse that the game casted upon you. Unfortunately, sometimes the autobalance system will move you without warning, not even giving you a chance to react. So if you're not quick enough to type retry in console in 5 seconds, or just got an unlucky crit rocket slammed right into you while trying to escape your fate, there's another method. This method requires a friend though, so make sure to get a life before attempting this. Once you get auto-balanced, disconnect. Give your friend the party leadership. This will reload the party, and the game will offer you to rejoin the server, right back into your team together with your friend. It's pretty simple, but could take some time. You need to make sure there's room in your team before you rejoin. Otherwise, you'll not be able to join, and only be able to stare at your screen pretty emptily. So these are 2 ways to counter the autobalance system. So if you feel like it's justified, go ahead and fight the system back. So that's something. Still works, worth a shot. Here are our ideas for a rework for the autobalance system. Number 1. Right now, you are rewarded with 500 XP when you are forced to be auto-balanced, which doesn't so much feel like a reward since it's essentially rape. So maybe instead of raping players, give them a choice and increase the amount of XP they get. This will motivate players to switch teams when needed. 2000 XP sounds much better than 500. Number 2. Remove the feature which balances living players. It's just brutal. Only switch the dead. Number 3. Because this way you're just ruining it for groups of players looking to play together. Number 4. Allow players to switch teams if they were auto-balanced, leaving them with the option to come back if there's room in their original team. Or bring back spectator mode, so that they can wait for it to be possible for them to rejoin their team. This should at least reduce the amount of rage quits and help solve the issue. Number 5. Remove the system. Yeah, that should help solve most of the problems. In conclusion, Team Fortress 2 is a beautiful game. We can all agree on that. There's a reason why even after 11 years the community is alive and well, playing this game daily, trading and creating new items and videos. But the auto-balance system crashes right into all of that and makes the motivation of players to log in smaller and smaller. We believe Valve made a mistake by using this mechanic in casual the way it is. They should make it more rewarding to try and help the losing team, not punishing and forceful. This might condone volunteering and tide-breaking, really making games more interesting than frustrating. Let's make sure Valve sees this one. Make sure they know what the fanbase thinks. To make an impact, send Valve an email with your thoughts. Even add a link to this video to show them what this is all about. Might make a change. Give it a shot. If you don't know how to contact Valve, here's a quick tutorial. Go to Valve's official website, scroll down and find the contact button. Keep scrolling down until you reach the experts group and find Eric Smith. He's an awesome guy who helps send the tf2 development team requests from players many times. Just press contact and write your thoughts about the system. But remember to be respectful. He's not just a random guy. He's an employee of Valve and does this for a living. So act accordingly. Hit send when you're done and hope for the best. Thanks for watching. If you have anything to add about the subject or just a show of support, the comment section is always there for you. Share it around and help spread this issue with the game. Make a change. Leave a like if you did enjoy and subscribe for more. See you next time, and farewell.
Looking for a server filled with chaos, action, and relentlessly fun gameplay? Then Delphy's fun server is just for you. Class wars and roll the dice action, making things continuously hectic and dangerous. Custom maps to keep things fresh, with constant updates and awesome friendly players. So what are you waiting for? Join now. The IP is on screen and in the description below. We're waiting for you.